It's Saturday. Natsuki's coming over again, and I'm stressing out like it's the festival all over again. This tough-ass Nix is gonna finish the route today. Hey! I sat there and listened to Pomp Pomp Kimochi for 10 hours straight. You mean to tell me that I can't sit here and finish Natsuki's route today? Are you kidding me? I have a drive that few others on this fucking platform have, alright? Mainly just because my house is a mess. Alright, well, I have an hour before Natsuki gets here. I better get to cleaning. Or not. I reluctantly head to the door to let Natsuki in. Hey! Natsuki, you're an hour early. So, what does it matter? Well, I step out of the way of the door frame and point towards my living room. I was going to clean. Was being the key word. Okay, I see your point. That is messy. Oh, be quiet. Natsuki laughs and jokingly jabs me in the arm. You have issues, you mean? Hey, I'm not denying that I have issues, but I'm just saying, I still have that drive, you know? It's about drive, it's about power. We stay hungry, we devour. Something about cock and balls or something, I don't know. It is sus month after all. Alright, well, come on. We don't have all day. I'm coming on you, Natsuki. That is going to happen. At least I wish it will. Natsuki steps inside and heads straight for the kitchen. She wastes no time plopping her bag of supplies down and getting straight to work. I bought everything we need, so we don't have to go out shopping this time. Yeah. What are we making exactly? I was thinking cookies this time. I love cupcakes, but let's switch it up a bit. Sounds good to me. Alright, you can do the frosting. I'll do the dough. Why can't I do the dough? Because I don't trust you with the dough. Besides, frosting is the best part of the cookies. I don't see why you're complaining. Alright, fine. Frosting. That needs powdered sugar and butter. And milk. Yes, and milk. How could I possibly forget that, Natsuki? Mix the sugar and butter first, then beat in the milk. Don't do it all at once. I hear ya. I definitely hear ya. I reach into Natsuki's bag and pull out the necessary ingredients. Trays are under the oven, by the way. I figured. Just making sure. I pull a large mixing bowl out of the cupboards and begin making the frosting. Sugar and butter, just like she said. Beat the milk. Beat the shit out of that milk. Once it's finally done, she grabs some pumpkin-shaped cookie cutters from her bag and begins making little pumpkin-shaped cookies. That's a lot less dough than last time. Oh, this is only for us. We don't have to cater for an entire crowd this time. Thank God. You can say that again. Have you noticed how tense the literature club has been? Of course I have. Anyone with half a brain could. It's all because of that stupid festival. Ah, the festival. How could I forget when you blew up at Monica for no good reason at all, Natsuki? Ah, that was such an interesting day. Like, what they cooking though? Or for gore? I mean, like, they said cookies, but I mean, I really don't know. They could be cooking anything, I don't know. They could be cooking crystal meth. We share a groan. Actually, yeah, while we're on the subject, I have to ask. Why would you side with Monica? 'Cause she didn't do anything wrong! Come on, I didn't think I'd have to explain this to you. That entire thing was all her fault, and because I'm the one who spoke up, I get all the blame for making that day crap? Like, no, that's not why we mad. We're not mad because you spoke up, we're mad because you put everything on her. She just wanted to put it together a good event and, you shoot your shot. Sometimes it doesn't fall. Like that, like the festival. It didn't work out that time. But there's no harm in at least trying. Natsuki, you went too far. The one time I'll ever side with Monica is this time. Oh yeah, and I guess also in Amar Fati, but those are the only 2 times. Natsuki's anger is starting to mirror that of the day of the festival. Even after the resolution, following the argument in just over 2 weeks, Natsuki is still pissed. It's like, Mar, what is this exit music redux, Natsuki? Just can't let shit go? Well, I can't say I blame her. I'm still pretty miffed about that day, and I was one of the bystanders in the argument. Well, okay, Stalin, choose your words carefully if you want to get out of this alive. Natsuki, I'm not saying it's not Monica's fault for not keeping the crowd in check, and I'm certainly not saying there wasn't pushback that kinda got ignored. But no matter how you look at it, you were at Monica's throat that day. So? She was being a jerk! The only reason we did anything for the festival is because Monica wanted popularity points. Natsuki, that's cap and you know it. You know I'm right! Everything that happened that day was her fault! So when she ran away crying, it was her fault? Hey, I don't agree with every decision made that day, but saying you didn't unnecessarily hurt Monica's feeling is just being ignorant. I apologized, you know. Yes, I was there, but that's besides the point. I'm sure Monica has had time to think, and I'm sure she accepted her portion of the blame. You need to do the same. God, I already did! You said you were there, yet you're acting like I didn't apologize. You're being as ignorant as... Monica. Bruh, get owned, Natsuki. An awkward silence falls over the kitchen. My point exactly. Hey, Natsuki, you may be my queen. I may simp you, I may stan you, but I also gotta point out your bullshit. Natsuki? She averts her eyes. Fine. I was too harsh on Monica. You happy? I look at her skeptically, to which she sighs and continues. MC is a cold-blooded killer, as that MC destroys Natsuki with facts and logic. It's like, bro, MC's got that ice in his veins. And I could have taken more of the blame. Alright, good. Why do you care so much, anyway? Because we don't want an Amar Fati situation to happen ever again. Or an encore situation. Or basically any situation where the club splits up. There are a lot of mods that have that plot point. It's like, bruh. I'm just tired of dealing with all the drama in the club. Yeah, just reference the encore review. It's a place to unwind for a lot of people, including me. And I want to keep it stress-free the best I can. Bro, we don't want Keemstar coming in here, causing drama and shit. But then again, I am the communist Keemstar, so I guess drama follows me wherever I go. Plus, dealing with all of that is annoying. Fair enough, I guess. Don't worry, the Halloween party is soon. I'm sure everyone will feel better after a night of partying. Yeah, probably. Ding! Looks like the cookies are done. Guess that means I better get back to the frosting. Here, let me see how you're doing. How about a harem plot? That sounds like a good plot to me. It's like, hey, that's literally the plot to Snafu. Although, sadly, the first, 8 episodes are completely wiped from history, so... if I was to start that up again, it would literally be episode 9. Here, let me show you see how you're doing. Natsuki walks over to my workstation and inspects the bowl. Not bad. Practice makes perfect, eh? Natsuki snickers and jokingly rolls her eyes. Add in the food coloring now. I'll get to work on the chocolate. On it. It took about 20 minutes, but Natsuki and I have finally frosted and decorated the cookies so they look like little pumpkins. With the sheet of cookies laid out on the table, Natsuki and I take a step back and admire our hard work. Ah, the best part of cooking, admiring your creation. We need more harem mods than just one isn't enough. Hey, I can totally agree with you. That is a based opinion right there. It's like, yeah, I would love a lot more harem mods where you just fuck everybody. Just become the male version of Tiana Trump. Isn't the best part eating it? Actually, yeah, you're right. Speaking of which, Natsuki snatches a cookie off the tray and shoves it into her mouth. Hey! A man has fallen into the river of Lego City. Quick, dispatch the Kobe Bryant rescue helicopter. Man, that joke never gets old. I thought these were for the party. Natsuki just smiles at me. Fine, then I'm taking one. Go ahead, they won't know. I grab a cookie and take a bite out of it. Holy crap. I outdid myself with this frosting. Natsuki jabs me in the arm. Screw you! I laugh, and Natsuki joins in. After grabbing one more cookie, we start packing away. Alright, Stalin. I'll see you later. I'll take the cookies and I'll meet you in school tomorrow, okay? Oh, I thought I was gonna walk with you from your house. Nah, I'll meet you in the school. Huh? Okay. Natsuki starts off and I close the door behind her. Well, that was a bit weird. Oh well, I still had a lot of fun. Man, I really need to find more excuses for us to bake stuff together. Transition! Man, it's been a long time since I've been able to do that. That refreshing crispness in the air. The vibrant flurry of reds and oranges and yellows gently swirling down from the treetops. It's definitely autumn. And with autumn comes Halloween. Oh, we're getting to the spooky season. Oh, you love that transition? I love it too. I feel like it's one of the best transitions in any mod that I've seen personally. While I'm not into horror as much as someone like Yuri, I've always enjoyed Halloween. Hey, I don't mind some spooky shit. It gives a good excuse to indulge in all things horror, not to mention prank friends and enemies. Man, Sarah and I used to go all out on each other when it came to Halloween pranks. Speaking of, she's late. As usual. Sayori! There you are! Hurry up or we'll miss out on all the fun.
What? I'm going as fast as I can. I took a little nap after school, so I was putting on my costume.
A little nap, huh? Yeah, I took a nap earlier. It was like 5 hours. Something tells me that this nap was more than just a cat nap. Well, you still look pretty nice at least. A cowgirl, huh? Liking the Halloween twist on it. Has a really cool vibe to it.
You look great as well, Stalin.
The Halloween party is really dystopian. I remember playing at 3 a.m. in the morning in my first run. Bruh.
I haven't seen you in a costume for ages. You're really bringing back memories.
Ah, thanks. Yeah, can you believe I actually put effort into this? I laughed to myself. There I was, thinking I'd outgrown Halloween, yet here I am.
Well, you have to. It's Halloween after all. I just wonder what the others are going to look like.
Her question lingers in my head as we make our way to school. Along the way, I spot a couple of other people, also dressed up. One guy doesn't look too out of the ordinary. Brown fedora, red and green sweater. It's his gloves that's the giveaway. It sports a row of blades. Upon closer inspection, his face looks charred and burnt. Impressive makeup, to say the least. Sari flinches as she passes him.
What? I don't like the look of that guy. I bet it'll give me nightmares.
It's like, bruh, you can say that again. Whether that was an intentional pun or not is up for debate.
Ooh, look at them, Stalin.
I can't help but grin as I see what Sayuri's pointing to. A group effort with one person in a brown Great Dane dog onesie. Bro, what? Next to him stands a nervous-looking guy with a shaggy brown hair, while a confident-looking blonde man leads the pack, accompanied by two women. It's a pretty big contrast from the costume we saw beforehand. The walk to school feels more like a parade with a variety of characters ranging from horror to cute, western to eastern. A creepy-looking pale girl with jet black hair covering her face ambles past us without a word. Sari clings to me.
Why do people have to dress up so scarily?
Well, it is Halloween.
I know. It's just that some of these costumes and the makeup are so convincing.
I squeeze her hand gently. Sari, they're just people having fun. Look, I'll say hello to the next one. You'll see they're just celebrating Halloween. Nothing to be afraid of. Sorry, bro. MC, you better watch out. You're about to get fucking stabbed if... Oh, whoops. She doesn't look very convinced, but nods anyway. The next person to walk by us doesn't look too scarily. Kinda looks like a janitor, with dark overalls and an expressionless white mask. Sure, the mask is a bit unsettling, but at least he... Okay, never mind, he's got a huge knife. I called it. I fucking called it. Hey, nice costume. MC don't approach the one with the EDP costume. So, hey, I just came out here to get a cupcake, that's all. And I was planning on leaving. The masked man doesn't reply, although he does stop walking. Now he's just standing there wordlessly, looking at us both. I don't think this is doing Sayuri any favors. You, on your way to a party? No response. He tilts his head as his fingers fiddle with the hilt of the knife. Well, Sayuri tugs on my sleeve as the man carries on walking.
Maybe he was a mime.
Sure, let's go with that. School grounds looks completely different at night. With the lights out and the usual noises absent, the whole building has a totally different vibe. I can't help but shiver slightly as we draw closer. It's crazy how the hustle and bustle of the place really brings it to life. With all of that gone, the sleeping school looks like the typical haunted building you'd see in horror movies. The windows, devoid of any light, are sinister and uninviting. The faint light of the moon basks the grounds in an ethereal glow. Either way, we must be the only students who are breaking into the school to celebrate Halloween. Hardly the most wild of places to break into, but the sight in front of me confirms that it's perfect for the festivity.
Stalin?
Don't tell me you're scared, Sayuri. What, are you gonna cry? You gonna cry, you little bitch?
Hey, you are too.
No. I ain't crying. I ain't shaking at all. You see, I'm going there, damn it! I puff my chest out in a comedic display of faux bravado. Am not! She playfully rolls her eyes.
If you say so. By the way, where are the others?
Right behind you. I can't help but let out a yelp of surprise as the unexpected voices behind causes me to jump out of my skin. Meanwhile, Sayuri is in a furious fit of giggles, shaking with laughter. Hey! A man has fallen into the river of Lego City. What's so funny? Don't tell me you weren't scared either.
I saw her coming.
Monica holds an expression torn between sympathy and amusement. Sorry, Stalin, but it was too good of an opportunity to pass up. You should have seen your reaction. I pull a face. Very funny. Nice costume, by the way. She does a twirl. Haha, thank you. I wasn't sure what to go with in the end. It felt weird, putting on a costume. I can't even remember the last time I did anything for Halloween. And of course, I just looked up and realized that, yes, this is the cursed Monica pose. I'm guessing this is the first time you've broken into school, huh? You shouldn't be proud of that, Stalin. Ah, come on, Monica. Where's your rebellious teenage spirit? You're a witch, after all. Aren't they meant to get up to mischief?
Yeah, come on. It'll be a lot of fun. No one will find out.
In all the excitement of preparing for Halloween, I totally forgot that Monica was a perfect student. I'm still distressed about the cursed sideways Monica. Hey, it still looks a little uncanny to me, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. But I've kind of gotten used to it at this point. But yeah, it still looks a bit strange. Even like 10 hours into this mod. The thought of breaking in, especially into school, must be completely foreign to her. Still, sometimes you gotta have a little fun. Today of all days as well. A wry smile works its way onto her face. Just for today. As it turns out, breaking into a school is kinda easy. Well, we just got lucky. We managed to find a window that's unlocked. Yeah, I think you just got really lucky. The interior of the darkened school looks just as spooky as the exterior. My imagination is doing me no favors. Every sound we make seems exceedingly unwelcome, like we've stumbled into the den of a monster. Even with Sayuri and Monica near me, I can't help but feel uneasy, as I was all for the idea of breaking into school. I was like, bro, now that I think about it, this guy giving me Sunset vibes, man. Remember that shit? Which, actually, I still have the stream from when I did that, from when I played that, and all 12 of the Shitsmiths mods. So I should probably work on getting those back up on the channel as well. Glad, as luckily those aren't lost to time. But now we're actually inside. It's only just dawning on me how creepy darkened schools really are. I swear I heard a rumor that a couple of years ago, a student committed suicide in this very school. Did she hang herself? I shiver as I simultaneously try to block out the memory and remember more of it. No, that wasn't it. She just disappeared one day. No trace of her. Almost like her very being was just deleted. Gone. Like that. I mentally shake myself. No, that didn't happen. These are just silly rumors that school kids like to spread to creep each other out. But a part of me can't help but imagine. What if that actually did happen? Would a ghost still be roaming these very halls, twisted with vengeance, prowling for victims? Like, bro, what is this corpse party? Ah, man. Why does that have to be lost to time, too? Yeah, man, maybe I'll have to replay that one day. What if? Here we are. Monika's voice snaps me out of my spectral spiel. We're outside of the club room. I can spot Yuri and Natsuki inside, pouring over a pumpkin carving. It's a shame we're doing it in this room. Huh? Why? Well, it's Halloween, right? The classroom opposite to us is where that one student hung herself. Bruh. I freeze as Monika winks at me, opening the door.
Hey, guys! You two look great.
Yuri blushes. It looks like she's gone for some sort of gothic vampire outfit, which, given her taste in horror and poetry, is a very good fit. Thank you, Monika. Number 15. It is quite enjoyable to express my love for horror in this way. Poems are, of course, gratifying to write, but this makes a nice change. Sayori wanders over, trying to figure out what Yuri is meant to be.
Are you, don't tell me, are you Queen Victoria? A vampire?
Yes, a gothic one, in the vein of Anne Rice's vampires. Oh yeah, the scene where Yuri morbs all over the school hits hard. It's morbid time! It's just going around going, number 15. It's not too dark, is it? Relax, Yuri. It's Halloween. It's pretty much a day dedicated to horror. It's fitting.
I really like yours as well, Natsuki. Pretty spooky.
Bruh.
Ooh, that should be your name for today.
Sayori, where the heck are you?
Not spooky.
Bruh.
That's your new name. It's super fitting.
Natsuki looks at Monika and Yuri in a desperate plea. After getting no response, she sighs deeply and starts up again. Sayori?
Yeah?
That is literally the stupidest thing I've heard all day. Ah, come on, Natsuki, it's cute! Everyone but Sayori breaks out into laughter.
Hey, that's super mean.
Sorry. I'm sorry, but it's the truth.
But it's cute.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Natsuki, embrace it. You better embrace it. You better accept it, or else I'm gonna pull Braun Strowman on your ass. Cute? I'm a skeleton. How in the world is that cute? It's Halloween. This day is supposed to be, like, the opposite of cute.
Well, I won't lie. That's a pretty fitting name, not spooky.
She grins.
Sorry.
Oh, come on! Yuri could have come up with a better nickname. Yuri? You're putting me on the spot here, Natsuki. To her credit, at least she didn't call her not spooky. Stalin? Sorry, I really can't deny Sayuri her moment of glory. Fine, but only if I give her a dumb nickname too. Go right ahead. Wait, Sayuri, what exactly are you? A cowgirl, right? Sayuri tips her head down and adopts a southern cowboy drawl.
It's high noon.
Well, not a very good one. There is silence for a moment. If you listen closely, you can almost hear the tumbleweed going by. Fitting for a cowboy, at least. Like, bro, don't mention cowboys. I love and hate the Dallas Cowboys with a passion. Like, bro, I've never been abused by a team more than the fucking Cowboys in my entire life. It's literally a fucking abusive relationship at this point. You expect great things from them, and then they just pull a Mike McCarthy and then just get absolutely fucked by bad coaching. Like, seriously, with all that high-end talent, how do you lose to the 49ers in the wild card round? Still beats me. Sayuri, it's midnight.
It's high moon then.
You've been watching too many spaghetti westerns, Sayuri.
Spaghetti? Now I'm just hungry.
Ooh, this is the part of the reason why I like Halloween. It really brings everyone together, even if the premise of the festivity is a bit dark. Number 14. I figured you'd like Halloween the most, Yuri. It's pretty much a day dedicated to horror. Although, it's pretty great seeing a skeleton, a cowboy, a vampire, and a witch all in the same room. Not exactly every day you get to see that.
I just remember all the silly things we get up to. All the pranks, the scary movies.
Yeah, it's pretty silly, but that's what makes it fun. Plus, I can't wait to scare you all with my ghost story. Bruh, Sayuri, Natsuki, what do you possibly got that could scare me? The Great Savage Sentral. I've watched Euphoria 6 times. Bruh, I watched all of Elfen Lied. There's nothing you can do to possibly disturb me. It's gonna be the best.
Ah, not spooky. Please don't make it too scary. We already passed a bunch of people in terrifying outfits on the way here. This horrible guy with a glove made of knives.
Yuri smiles softly. No surprise she recognizes the character. I mean, who wouldn't? You won't sleep well tonight, will you, Sayuri? Sorry, Sayuri. Can't make any promises. We all share a collective laugh as Sayuri pouts. Speaking of festivities, I brought something that I believed would contribute to the intoxicating nature of the mysticism of Halloween. Number 14. It's rather decadent, but since it is a special occasion, Yuri slides a slender black wine bottle out of her bag. Yes! Its glass takes on an alluring shine beneath the fluorescent lights. I was able to find a nice Chianti, if that's how you even say that.
Yuri? Is that apple cider, Yuri?
No, I think that's wine, Sayuri. Stop being a dumbass. I've done something wrong again, haven't I?
I don't think alcoholic drinks are allowed on school grounds now, are they?
Neither is breaking into school after hours, but, we've already gone past the point of no return. We might as well just have fun while we're at it. Not to mention that we're underage anyways. Again, we've already broken laws, so we might as well just go all out. Although that's never really stopped anyone from drinking. I'm sorry, I just thought that given that we're trespassing anyway, I don't know what I was thinking, and now the atmosphere is ruined, too.
It's fine, Yuri. At least you didn't bring it to a regular club meeting. Just be careful not to let anyone catch you with it.
I have to admit, though, you're the last person I would have expected to bring something like that here. You're must be under the influence of the witching hour or something. There was still an hour or so until the witching hour. You know what I mean.
Hey, it's okay. It'll just add to the story.
The story?
Yeah, the story that we'll be telling people later about tonight.
Hey, you better leave that not spooky stuff out of it.
Nope.
Sayuri!
Not spooky. Alright, cut it out, you two. To be honest, though, I am a bit curious about how the wine tastes.
Oh, come on, Monica. Aren't you supposed to be the responsible one here?
You're right.
She casts a wistful gaze at the wine as she says that, though. Sayuri and Natsuki seem to be glancing at the bottle curiously as well, while Yuri hesitantly stows it back into her bag.
Okay, everyone. Let's move along with the main events, shall we? Who wants to share their poem first?
Bramomento. Alright, who are we sharing with first? Well, actually, why am I even asking you that? We already know the order. Not spooky! Oh, there's no, like, talking in between. It's just, here's the poem. Good, read it. Anyways, here's gonna be my rendition of Natsuki's The Dark. Sometimes I lie awake at night, sitting in a room devoid of light, and think about the monsters waiting in the dark. I can't even imagine what they look like. Maybe sharp claws and skin lined with spikes. Maybe a mouth that could swallow me whole. Maybe red eyes that could pierce my soul. They could eat me right now if they wanted, yet they wait. Waiting for me to close my eyes. Waiting for me to dream of the light. Waiting for the perfect moment to strike. But now I'm thinking about the monsters, and I'm still lying awake. In the dark. Bruh. Spooky. Yeah, I know. It's not great.
Actually, I quite like it, Natsuki. It's pretty obvious that horror is something out of your comfort zone. But you did an exceptional job at combining your style of writing with horror. Fear is a very complex emotion, so it's a challenge putting it into simple words, but I say you did it quite well.
I would have to agree with Monica. Even though I still think your writing style is complete shit, this poem is at least good. Fear isn't something that is meant to be completely understood. The complexity behind what a person fears and why they're afraid of it is almost unfathomable. Your poem is about a fear of the dark, or more specifically, a fear of the unknown, yes. Yeah. I don't like not knowing what's there. I don't like not feeling safe. My poem is about how your imagination plays tricks on you when you're in the dark. You know there's no such thing as monsters, but you can never be completely sure. That's what scares me, that uncertainty. I can relate. As I was saying, it's certainly a feat encapsulating something as complex as fear into 4 simple stanzas. Natsuki smiles proudly. What can I say? I'm good at what I do.
Yeah, well done, not spooky.
Sayuri, if you say that one more time, I'll...
Anyway, moving on.
Alright, we already know who's next on the totem pole. Sayuri time. Alright. Here's gonna be my rendition of Sayuri's My Old Friend.
There's a dark and hollow thing that follows close and to me clings. It sticks to me and turns and turn. When I spin and round and discern, in the dark, in the deep, the faintest shape that it keeps. It goes away when sunlight shines, the sunshine sweet and warm and kind. But does it really? Is it gone? Or does it secretly keep on? Is it really hiding there? Staring from beneath the chair? Glaring from atop the stairs? Nowhere but yet everywhere? In the corner in the gap, I stare in and it looks back. Weighing down. Draining out.
That was very interesting, Sayuri. I always enjoy seeing a poet step out of their comfort zone a little bit, especially when it comes to writing horror.
What do you mean?
You typically don't write darker poems, correct? Unless I misinterpret it.
No, you're right, Yuri. This was a real change of pace, and it was fun. Well, I'm glad my suggestion has gone down well then. I figured it would be fitting for the occasion.
Don't give her too much praise. She'll start thinking she's the next Stephen King.
Hey! I'd be a great horror writer. Actually, no wait, I wouldn't. I'm not a big on like, actually scary stuff.
Makes sense. What's this poem about anyway?
Ooh! Well, it's about whatever you think it's about.
Are you trying to sound like Yuri?
No, silly. I didn't write it with a specific thing in mind. It could be about whatever you fear the most. Hiding away, always there, never leaving. Even when you think it's all sunshine and rainbows, it never truly goes away. So, it could be whatever you think it is. A terrible secret, a scary monster, a childhood fear of the dark. It could be made up. Or it could be real. It doesn't just scare you. Maybe wherever it is drains you as well. Bit by bit. And what makes it scary is knowing it's always there.
Holy crap. It's safe to say that no one expected that from her. The temporary silence in the room confirms that. Natsuki frowns, evidently nonplussed about what she just heard. Okay, now you're just making up words. Nonplussed? No, I'm looking this up. I'm not, no, this just no way. Well, fuck me. Nonplussed. A person surprised and confused so much that they're unsure of how to react. Right now, I am nonplussed about the fact that nonplussed is actually a word. Even the cool, calm, collected Monaco looks a little taken aback. Yuri, on the other hand, smiles contently, seemingly unfazed by the sombre explanation coming from Sayuri's mouth. Sombre! Wow. Okay. It's not just me who didn't see that coming, right? Laughter fills the club room. I mean it, Sayuri. Your use of metaphors and use of darker thematic imagery was very refreshing to see. Just do me a favor and don't turn into another Yuri, okay? Natsuki. Kidding. It was great, Sayuri.
Ah, you guys.
Who wants to share their poem next? Well, Monica's always gonna be last because fuck Monica. All my homies hate Monica. It's like, yeah, fucking great. I gotta read this. Alright. Wait, what? This says sombre again. Isn't it supposed to be somber? Like, yeah, alright. Well, what? Fucking whatever. Anyways. Here's my rendition of Yuri's Ethereal. Somber sounds of midnight malice float around at Chastised Chalice, riding otherworldly winds. Letters form... Fuck! I always hate reading Yuri's fucking handwriting. Let's see. Letters torn from nails pinned. Okay. A looming figure takes my hand, leading me through with sympathy canned, cumbersome ways side my shoulders with the severity of falling boulders. Their words are muffled by lament, false reassurances, fails to death. Okay. The fierce facade of fleeting fears. Time is lost, no longer here. Cobalt nerves, fractured soul, with the luminescence of coal. Clacking footsteps from below. Echo, 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 echo. Yuri, never give me another poem to read ever again. That's all I gotta say. Or at least write it in script. For a moment, the room is silent. As in, what the fuck did we just listen to, whatever. Oh no, I went too far, didn't I?
No, it's just the kind of thing we were looking for. Would you like to tell us what you were thinking when you wrote this?
Okay. Yuri takes a deep breath. It's a bit hard to describe, but sometimes there are nights where my mind just seems to be full of noise. Nights where I can hear. She trails off absentmindedly. Did she get caught up in her own poem that much? Hey, Earth to Yuri. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get sidetracked.
It's okay, Yuri. Don't feel like you have to rush.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Take your time. Right. Well, as I was saying, I wanted to try and capture the feelings one might have on a bit of a dark night.
Wait, aren't all nights dark?
It's a metaphor, Sayori. I think Yuri is trying to talk about when people are going through a difficult time. That's right, Stalin. The dead of night can be very fickle. It can be a peaceful time as the world around us winds down. Sometimes, being alone with our thoughts can be terrifying. This poem was an attempt to reclaim some of that darkness.
Well, I think you did a great job with that, Yuri.
Yeah, I really liked it. You did? Thank you. Who wants to share them poem naps? Oh man, so many options. Oh. Well, this is definitely a lot here. Anyways, here's my rendition of Monica's Revere.
I wake up, cold, black night, silent and still. I fall to my knees, splinters in my hand. Dust in the air, cold. Where am I? I reach for the light I need. Is it there? The switch is pressed. I feel the warmth on my face, and my hands, and my arms, and I wake up. It's dark all over. Cold. Silent and numb, I reach my hand out. I have no eyes to see, but I can feel it. I press the switch. The warmth fills me. The dark comes again. I die again. I wake up. Noise in my ears. Voices. Cold. I reach out and feel. Nothing. Where is it? Wasn't it real? Wasn't it here? Everyone reaches, but nobody can touch it. The dark comes again. We all die again. I wake up. Here again.
Monica bows a little bit after she finishes, mull over what she's read. Really don't get it.
That sounds like something Yuri would have written. Oh, is that a bad thing? Of course not.
What does reverie... Oh, it's reverie. What does reverie mean? I don't think I've heard it before.
It's an English word that means something like having a pleasant daydream. But it comes from a French word that means madness. Appropriate for Halloween, isn't it?
Monica smiles, looking a bit more sinister than normal, somehow. How cultured! Yuri looks a bit distressed at the implication of Natsuki's sarcasm and the idea that Monica's poem sounds like something she might have written. Do both meanings relate to the poem?
You could say that.
What do you mean?
It reflects on how a blissful act can make pain go away. For a little while.
Alright, guys. All your poems have been pretty good so far. But just you wait until you hear my poem. An evil grin stretches across my face as I whip out my own poem. Hoo-hoo. If you're this confident, I'll be looking forward to your recitation. Number 13.
Did you put extra effort into this one, Stalin?
Well, not quite.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's not a poem that I wrote myself.
Stalin?
But I promise you that it's very appropriate for this occasion. This is the poem that has an urban legend attached to it. Supposedly, if you read it out loud, you'll be cursed so that something tragic happens to you. Maybe even death.
What? Stalin? That's so scary.
I know, right? It's great! This poem is titled Tomino's Hell, written by a poet named Saijo Yaso. And it just so happens that this is the poem that I'll be reading to you all. At this very moment.
Stalin? Don't do it! What if something really bad happens to you?
Yeah, right. It's called an urban legend for a reason, you know. Emphasis on legend, as in something that's not real.
Still. I'd like to see the data on all the people who've read the poem so far. And statistically speaking, it's likely that something tragic will eventually happen to you anyway.
I find that there's always some element of truth behind these stories, though. Of course, this truth might not reflect the literal meaning of the stories and legends. However, there's likely a message behind the legend.
Yeah, I'm not gullible enough to believe any of this stuff, though.
Alright, guys, let's settle down. You can all voice your thoughts after I read it, okay? Alright, time to read this shit. Tomino's Hell. Elder sister vomits blood, younger sister's breathing fire, while sweet little Tomino just spits up the jewels. All alone does Tomino go falling into that hell, a hell of utter darkness without even flowers. Is Tomino's big sister the one who whips him? The purpose of the scourging hangs dark in his mind. Lashing and thrashing him all... What the fuck does that say? But never quite shattering. One sure path to Avisi, the eternal hell. Into that blackest of hells, guide him now, I pray, to the golden sleep, to the nightingale. How much did he put in that leather pouch to prepare for his trek to the eternal hell? Spring is coming, to the valley, to the wood, to the spring chasms of the blackest hell. The nightingale in her cage, the sheep aboard the wagon, and tears well up in the eyes of the sweet little Tomino. Sing, O nightingale, in the vast misty forest. He screams he only misses his little sister. Bruh. His wailing desperation echoes throughout hell. A fox peony opens its golden petals. Down past the 7 mountains, its 7 rivers of hell, the solitary journey of sweet little Tomino. If in this hell they be found, may they then come to me, please. There's sharp spikes of punishment from Needle Mountain. Not just on some empty whim is flesh pierced with blood-red pins. They serve as hellish signposts for sweet little Tomino. Oh, hey, Fit. I see you, man, here, man. Did you get a new mic? Yeah, yes, I did. I said that at the beginning of the stream. I picked up this Blue Yeti mic at Walmart yesterday. I was there, also picked up a fucking external hard drive, 2 terabytes, so that way I can store all the videos on there. So that way, if we have another channel deletion situation, yeah, we'll all be covered. It's like, it sounds good. Hey, thanks, man. I've been tinkering with the mic for like the last 2 days. Oh, not last 2 days, the last 24 hours. So yeah, nice to know that it does sound good. Not sure if it's just me overthinking it, but I feel a strange chill running down my spine after reading that. Well, I read it, so does that mean I'm like cursed to die or something? Well, I guess we'll find out. If I drop dead on stream, we all know why. But if I do, it was nice serving y'all, comrades.
Stalin! That was seriously too scary.
Ha, it was alright. I should probably downplay it, at least for Sayori's sake.
Haha, I have to agree with you, Sayori. It had a very creepy, old-fashioned feel to it. After hearing that, I wouldn't doubt that something bad looms in your future. Monica!
Personally, I found that poem quite beautiful. Of course, it's certainly eerie, but there are a lot of symbols and metaphors that I could pick out just from hearing that one reading. Of course you could, Yuri. You're literally an android built by Google that's going to take over the planet. I think I'll have to look into this poem more in my free time. Number 12. Psst, you guys think that was scary? It was pretty meh in my opinion. The poet was clearly trying too hard to be edgy and smart. Bruh. If I may respectfully disagree, the tone and word choice of the poem matches its content. It's not written that way simply to be edgy. After all, if I understood it correctly, Tomino was banished to hell for murdering his own parents. Wow, that's a bro moment. Eh? How'd you get that out of the poem? Well, it mentioned that Tomino is on his way to Avicii, the lowest of hells in Buddhism. Bruh, how would anyone expect to know that? I'm not Buddhist, I'm not cringe. I'm based. I was like, although those fucking Buddhist monks, bro, they could literally be lit on fire and would not flinch. So maybe they are based, who knows? Maybe I should convert to Buddhism. The beating your father gives you is apparently too bad too, since you have. It's like, hey, bro, I don't take Natsuki slander, but the way she's been acting in this mod so far, I'll let it pass. She's been acting kind of like a bitch, not gonna lie. It's like killing one's parents is one way to get you sent there. Oh well, whatever. I still don't like it. Hey, you don't have to like it, bro. It doesn't mean, like, bro, it's cringe or anything. Well, you guys can agree to disagree.
But whether you like the poem or not, you have to agree that it and the legend attached to it are pretty interesting, right?
I mean, I guess.
Stalin, I'm gonna have to keep a good eye on you from now on.
You know what, Sayori? How about you just come and watch me as I sleep? You know, you can just install cameras all throughout my house. Would you like that?
Just in case the legend comes true.
Sayori, there's probably a bigger chance that something bad will happen to you first, given how clumsy you are. And all the numerous fucking buildings you've set on fire. Oh man, 12 children died that day, Sayori!
Hey! A man that's fallen into the river of Lego City!
How many times are you gonna scream hey? You're just basically asking me to set up that joke. We all share a laugh, with Sayori joining in after a moment of pouting.
Guys, this has been so enjoyable! It's fun to scare your friends with silly pranks, and dressing up is also lots of fun. Although, I don't really like the horror that much. It's just so scary to think what could be out there. Wow!
Stop being a chicken, Sayori. Stop being a little bitch.
Hey, you're the one who got scared by Monica earlier.
No! No, I didn't! How dare you say that? I've never been scared by anything in my entire life. I'm just too based. The girls all laughed at my expense and as I let out a groan. She's never gonna let me live this one down. Touché.
Anyway, it's ghost story time, right? I don't really like how many ghost stories, to be honest. Sorry. But I looked on the internet to find some. Most were super long. Like this one about
Let me guess, is it about a park ranger who spots stairs in the forest?
What was it?
Some kind of sleep experiment? Oh yeah, there's also that one too. That one's a classic. Sayuri, you're rambling.
Oh, oops. Sorry, I'm new to telling scary stories.
Bruh, why don't you just print it out and just read it, bro? Come on.
I'm curious though, guys. What sights or sounds scare you?
I'll be honest with you. Silence scares me, especially after I've heard a gripping horror story.
Is it just me or it's just me who finds reverse music really creepy? My piano teacher showed me a few reverse pieces once. It just felt wrong to listen to. Especially when they're vocals.
Bruh, like when you listen to Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven backwards.
You start hearing things that aren't there.
I don't know.
Come on, Natsuki, there has to be something out there that creeps you out.
My dad. You'll just laugh. He won't.
She's right, Natsuki. We've all shared. What is it?
Natsuki averts her eyes, talking to the floor. The noises that children's toys make. It's like when I'm home alone and I think of like a Jack-in-the-Box playing by itself. It creeps you guys out too? Nah, I'm with you. I always found something to do with children scary, especially in the dark. Especially black-eyed children. The sounds of babies crying, for example. Normally is annoying, but if I heard it in the dark and there was no one else around, I shiver.
Well, it's fitting you mentioned that, Stalin. Don't you remember that argument we had on Halloween, back when we were like 10?
No. Sorry, where is this going?
We were both on our way to a Halloween party. It was pretty quiet out, so you could hear everything. I heard the sound of a baby crying. But it wasn't coming from inside anyone's house or anything. There weren't many people on the streets either, and it definitely wasn't one of them. It was coming from down a dark alleyway.
Well, why didn't you just look? A chill runs down my spine as I remember exactly what incident she's talking about.
I remember I wanted to go out and investigate.
Bro, Sayuri, you're based. You're based.
I was scared it was a toddler in danger. But you didn't let me. You were too chicken to.
Hey! A man has fallen into the river of Lego City. Dispatch the Kobe Bryant rescue helicopter. There, that's the 4th time I made that joke today.
Okay. We were just in a rush. But anyway, pretty creepy, right? I guess I kinda see what you mean about babies crying being creepy. I was a bit scared myself. Looking back, I'm glad you convinced me not to go.
Just being a wimp has its perks, huh? Yuri, Sayuri, and Natsuki all laugh. Monica, however, looks like she's been slapped in the face.
Guys, do you not realize how lucky you were? Eh? Oh god, you guys have no idea.
What?
Sayuri, did anything seem a bit off about that baby's cry?
Sayuri scrunches up her face in an attempt to recall.
No, not really. Well, it did sound a bit repetitive, though. Like, the cries didn't change much.
Monika's voice shakes as she replies.
Guys, that's what serial killers do to lure out young women.
I can't help but burst out laughing. Bruh! What? Pretend to be babies? Come on, Monika, you had me going for a second there, but you kind of ruined the punchline. Like, bruh, cringe? She looks straight into my eyes.
No, Stalin. They record a clip of a baby's cries and hide the speakers in a dark place. They prey on women's maternal instincts because they know they're attracted to the sounds of infants in distress.
The laughter dies on my lips as a cold, sickening silence takes its place. Oh, so you were serious? Just starts laughing even harder. Oh my god!
That's why the cries didn't sound natural. They just recorded a small segment and replayed it over and over.
It all makes sense now. The unnatural cries in the dark alleyway. A meticulous, calculated effort to ensnare an unsuspecting victim.
Wait, hang on. Didn't Miss Kasumi go missing around that time?
Miss Kasumi used to teach Sayuri and I a long time ago. What happened to her exactly? Sayuri shrugs.
We were told she moved away suddenly to work on a different part of the country, right? People used to spread really scary, horrible rumors about what happened to her, but it didn't really make sense.
Hang on. She had a child of her own that year, didn't she? Oh god, she did. My parents wouldn't really discuss her whenever I asked. They were super dismissive of the whole thing. I always wondered why.
Oh my goodness!
Wait, you guys actually believe that?
Everybody looks at Natsuki, shocked. Of course, Natsuki, you're the one contrarian around here. We always need someone to go against the grain, and that's gonna be you.
Oh, come on! There's no way you guys almost walked into a trap. Besides, that's just an urban legend.
What happened to their teacher then, huh? She just disappeared and Stalin's parents refused to talk about it?
I don't know about you, but that just seems pretty convenient for this story.
Well, maybe some things are better left unanswered, huh? Although, I do hope Sayuri and I are just misremembering.
Well, on that cheerful note, how about we move on to the next story? I'd like to nominate Natsuki.
Bro, I completely forgot we were even telling stories.
My story?
Natsuki, do you not have one?
Come on, there's like a million creepypastas out there. Just go and pick one. It's like, you know what? If you don't have one, I'll just go read Jeff the Killer. How about that?
Hey, I never said that. I do, but it's just, I got it off the internet.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. As I said, I was going to just go read Jeff the Killer. Now that's a great story. Or maybe we'll read Sonic.exe.
I don't like horror. So if it's bad, it's not my fault, okay?
Natsuki clears her throat.
Anyways, it's about these two friends named Aoi and Nakiro. Basically, there was a rumor going around their high school about people seen going in and out an abandoned house of the outskirts of town. Most people thought they were just drug dealers, but some swore by the fact that the house was being used by a cult of some sort. Aoi and Nariko were pretty outgoing and adventurous, so they decided one night to check this place out. They get to the house and it's pitch black out. Luckily, Aoi had brought flashlights for the two of them. Rico, on the other hand, brought a knife with her, just in case they ran into any trouble.
Oh, bro. Nah. Nariko should have came with the blicky, man. Should have came with the fucking gat.
They go inside, and the place reeks. We're talking Stalin's room level of stink.
Hey, bro. I mean, I'll admit, I have at least 5 dead bodies just sitting in here. Hey! A man has fallen into the river of Lego City. Dispatch the Kobe Bryant rescue helicopter. How many times are you gonna say hey? Every time you do it, I'll make that joke. Every single time. Everybody bursts out laughing. Was that really necessary?
Sorry, I had to. Anyway, they look around for a bit. They find the door to the basement, the stairs to the second floor, things like that. Finally, they go to the kitchen and find the source of the smell. There's some weed on the table, and it looks to be recently used.
Okay.
And? This confirms Aoi's suspicion that it's just a drug dealer and she wants to leave. Nariko, on the other hand, still wants to snoop around for a bit. They get into an argument with each other, with Nariko calling Aoi a coward because she thinks Aoi wants to leave ever since she's afraid of all the rumors. Then Nariko goes, yeah, well, if you're not afraid, then go down into the basement. Aoi gladly accepts and walks over to the basement door. As soon as she opens it, she feels a sharp pain in her back. Before she can react, she gets pushed down the stairs. She tumbles down the stairs, and when she hits the bottom, she realizes she can't feel her legs.
She's like, bruh.
Her vision is blurred, but she can barely make out the figure standing at the top of the stairs with a knife. Last thing Aoi hears before she passes out is Nariko's footsteps as she descends down the stairwell, and an old grizzled voice says, "This one will do nicely." The very next day, Nariko and Aoi call in sick. It's kind of a shame, really, because they miss out on all the talk about how someone heard strange animal-like growls coming from the old abandoned house on the outskirts of town. So, yeah. Hope you liked it or whatever. Baka baka rawr.
What happened to Nariko and Aoi at the end? They didn't die, did they?
Heh, use your imagination.
Nice story, Natsuki. Cults usually provide good fodder for horror stories.
Indeed, I read quite a few novels involving cults. Doesn't Portrait of Markov involve something like that? If I recall correctly, something about religious cults, dismembering limbs and affixing them to something. Something similar, yes.
Speaking of horrors, Yuri and horror stories, how about you go next, Yuri?
Me? Alright then. Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
Give it your best shot.
You're walking alone, one pale autumnal night. The moon is graceful, casting her light down below like snowdrops. As you continue down your path, something shambles behind you. You turn around to look at what it might be, but all you see is a cluster of leaves rustled by the pale air. Number 11. Slowly returning, you notice the lights in every house around you going out, then flickering before finally fully extinguishing. With tentative steps, you advance towards one of them to investigate. Just as you're about to reach the window, you hear something snapping behind you. A broken twig is all that remains. Uncertainty floating around inside your head, you unconsciously start walking faster away from the suburbs. Eventually, you find solace in silence, only sound being your heartbeat. It's quiet, but nothing bad seems to be happening to you. In fact, nothing at all seems to be happening. Confused, you look around and see that you're in front of your house in the street. No one is stirring, nor are there any lights. Gently pacing towards your house, you go to the door. The lights are on, the television is on, but no one inside. This is unusual. You were expecting your parents to be home tonight. Had they gone out without telling you? No, that couldn't be it. They always let you know where they'll be. You pull out your phone and open up your contacts to give them a call. However, no one is registered in there anymore. No matter how hard you try to remember, you can't call out to them. Suddenly, there's a heavy knock on the door. You peer through the keyhole, but see no one there. Another knock. Another. You cautiously open the door, but there's still no one there. No one anywhere. How did this happen? Why are you alone? In the piercing silence so loud it fills the air. Number 10. You do not know, and there isn't any way for you to find out.
That's it? What a dumb story. Nothing even happened. Where were the scary monsters and stuff?
There's no greater fear than the unknown, Natsuki. You literally said this earlier. Sharp claws can be prepared for, enigmatic silence cannot. What's more fearful, something you know is coming for you, or feel safe when you're in fact not?
Quite a somber note to end your story on, Yuri. We can always count on you for a good horror tale, huh? Anyway, I'll go next. Although, a scary story. Now that I think about it, I don't think I've come up with a ghost story before. I haven't read too many horror stories either.
Well, I guess that isn't a surprise.
Just make one up then. It'll be fun. Well, I can't say I've tried that before.
Are you trying to get out of telling a story?
Of course not. Now that I think about it, there's one I've heard of.
Monika expression turns serious. The mood in the room turns serious. She uses the same intensity she did before when she read her poems, and everyone quiets down.
A number of years ago, Tanabata had come along as it does every year. It's the story of a lost little girl. Where am I? She cried. She cried and cried, hoping desperately she could find someone to help her. But the little girl was alone. Nobody could hear her. But just as all hope seemed lost, she heard a voice. Isn't the night wonderful? The girl looked up. Where before there was nobody, now was a man in an elegant yukata. He wore what looked like a no mask, but it was completely blank. Behind the mask stood a stall, masks and lanterns and all sorts hanging from it. How rude of me, the man admonished himself. Welcome, dear customer. Your heart seems unhappy. Why not take a look at my wares? The man said as he gestured to the mask behind him. Please, take one.
Please take one that will bring a smile to your face. Bruh.
The girl looks at the masks. There were ones that looked frightening, ones that looked strange, ones that looked exotic, and many others. What about your mask, mister? The girl asked. I'm sorry, but this mask is very special. It's not for sale. The girl looked sad. I like that mask. It looks really cool. The man laughed softly. It has been called many things. But this is perhaps the first time it has been called cool. Would you like a fruit? The man asked, picking out one from the tree behind him. They're sweet and delicious. The girl reached to take it, but the man pulled his hand back. Ah, they're not for children. The girl was confused. But just tonight, it should be fine, he said as he offered his hand once again. In the festival of the night, children can become adults, and adults become children. Is that true? Is that true? Asked the girl, and the man reassured her it was. The The girl took the fruit and bit into it. It was unlike anything she had tasted before. It was almost overwhelming, but the flavor was wonderful. It's good, the girl said happily. The man laughed once again. I'm glad you think so. There's plenty, so please eat all you like. As she ate, the man took down a mask. What about this one? The girl took the mask. It looks like me, but she looks like a princess, the girl said in awe. Do you like it? Please, take it. But what about money? Asked the girl. I don't need money. Instead, I would like to be friends. Is that okay? Of course, the girl agreed. From now on, we're friends. I'm glad, the man said with gratitude. Why not put on your mask? The girl did so. She was overcome with a strange feeling. Why is it? She asked. Ah, at last. Long have I dreamt of this moment. My dear, my Eve, my only friend. The man smiled beneath his mask as he spoke, as the light of the stars began to fade. For it is the festival of the night where children become adults, and adults become children. Let it be known.
Another unconventional horror story, I see.
Hahaha, yep, I guess monsterless horror stories are more popular than you think.
I rather like the mysterious tone myself. It's very reminiscent of the style of Asian horror stories.
You guys have a weird sense of what's scary.
Haha, I mean, this story isn't necessarily meant to scare you to death. Spirits don't have to just be frightening, you know.
Well, it is Halloween. Aren't you supposed to be scary today?
But Halloween is fun too, not just scary.
Alright, you guys, break it up. Let's just all agree to disagree again. Hanukkah smiles gratefully at me while Natsuki shoots me a disgruntled look. Anyway, guess it's my turn to tell the story. So this is something that actually happened to a friend of mine.
Oh, really?
Yes, really.
So it happened to Sayuri then?
Huh? The story's about me? Is that true, Stalin?
What? No, it's not.
Let's just get on with the story, shall we?
Right. Anyway. So this friend of mine lived alone in an apartment building. He lived in the downtown area and loved to party all night, and one night he was out as usual. However, when he stumbled back home in the early hours of the morning, he realized that he lost his keys and was locked out of his apartment. So he ended up having to call his landlord, who was pissed at having to wake up in the middle of the night to let him back in. But in the end, he was able to get home safely, so that's all that matters, right? I can certainly relate to that comforting feeling. Right. But when he got inside, he noticed that his keys were actually on his nightstand. So he didn't lose them after all.
They weren't an extra set that his landlord lent him?
Nope. He was able to recognize them by the keychain he attached to it.
So, that's it?
Pretty much, yeah. Tell them the entire plot of Euphoria. Now that's a real horror story that'll traumatize them.
You know what? Yeah, how about this?
Here's, you know what, how about let's have my, version of scary story time. Here's the plot of Euphoria. How do I even tell the plot of Euphoria? It's literally a visual novel. Let's see, so it starts off, like, have you seen the movie Saw, right? Where it's like, people trapped in a, trap and shit, and, they have to do shit to get out. Usually involving, chewing off limbs and shit. Well, let's say you get, 5 or 6 girls, I think it's 5. And you get one dude who's, has an insane rape fetish or something. And you say, okay, that one dude, you're gonna rape all these girls, alright? And so, yeah, and that's the only way you're getting out of here. So, Mans actually does it. It's like, and I remember watching the hentai. As I said, I've seen it 6 times. The first time watching on my own, the other 5 times just traumatizing other people with it. And each episode involves like a different person, right? So it's like first episode is like, you know, the childhood friend. It'd basically be the Sayuri of the group. It's like, I don't know, second episode would probably be like the Yuri of the group or something like that. And episode 2 is, you know, very interesting indeed. Let's see. And they're trapped in like this facility, right? And they have to the guy has to rape like these girls in order to get out, right? It's like, I couldn't even watch the first episode whole. Wow, you couldn't even watch the first episode whole? Bruh. But anyways, so they do all this shit, right? Each episode involves raping a specific girl since it's like, you know, a what if scenario. It's like, because it's based on a visual novel, right? And it's, you know, choice based. So you can literally choose which girl you wanted to rape. And the hentai had to basically make some liberties of how it would portray this. So each episode is based on a different girl. And what happens. So, let me think. Oh my gosh. So, the first 3 episodes, I think, involve, you know, normal shit. You know, he rapes a girl, they get out. I believe 4th episode is where it starts to get quite strange. Actually, 3rd episode. 3rd episode is where it gets strange because this dude literally, like, the girl he rapes in this one actually really likes it or something, or is like part of some sort of cult about, like, you know, bearing, like, the savior of the world or something. So she actually wants this shit. So, at the end of that episode, she just straight up kills him. I have no idea why. She just straight up strangles this dude. I mean, he deserved it, but still. 4th episode, is the teacher. Like, he pretty much rapes the teacher in this one. But they end up escaping the facility and living in paradise, where he gets his harem of thotties that he pretty much gets to fuck all day long. 5th episode is on some human centipede type shit. That's all I have to say. And 6th episode basically follows up with the 3rd episode with that girl. And basically gives the whole plot of, like, you know, the whole cult shit and everything and how that operates. So yeah. That's pretty much the basic, very basic rundown of Euphoria. I don't, doesn't really even begin to describe the entire story, but it's, I'll just leave it at that. Like, bro, the toilet scene? Yeah, the toilet scene, man. I like how the Doki's emotional on point with how you're telling the story. Just like, what the fuck? But yeah, the toilet scene is why I said, like, episode 2 is like the bro moment of that entire series. But yeah, if you think that's bad, Elfen Lied is also pretty bad for just a regular anime. But I feel like we should get back to this. Pretty much, yeah. What's so scary about that? Guess you haven't realized it yet, huh? What do you mean? The apartment was locked when he got back, right? Yeah, I got that part. But his keys were still in the apartment. So how do you suppose he locked them in? Huh? Well, I mean, like, he could just, like, turn the lock on the door from the inside. Like, he didn't have to actually lock it from the outside.
Someone must have gone into his apartment and placed them inside, then locked the door themselves from the inside.
And the only set of keys were my friend's and his landlord's, so whoever it was who brought his keys back was still in the apartment when he got home. Bruh.
But who was it then?
He never found out.
Huh? You're gonna make me permanently paranoid.
That was quite an enjoyable story, Stalin. Although it was short, the realization at the end definitely made up for that.
Plus, the story calls on the real fears of things like squatters, stalkers, and killers. Who knows? Maybe one of us has a squatter living in our own home, hidden away, never to be found.
But that would be crazy.
Stop right there. I don't even want to think about it.
Okay, that story wasn't half bad.
Glad you all liked it. I'll have to admit, this has been pretty fun, guys.
Yeah, it really has. We should do this sort of stuff more often.
Sayuri, Halloween only comes around once a year.
Oh, yeah.
If I may make a suggestion, we all turn around and look at her. Well, we still have the copium here, as it's fitting for the mood. Would you like to try the Kukuru-san game? What the fuck even is that?
Huh? What's that?
Exactly.
Oh, that Ouija board thing?
Oh, so it's just a Luigi board. Got it.
Isn't that just some urban legend?
Only if you believe it, Natsuki. Ouija board stuff, huh? On one hand, although it's not very hard to scare me, I'm a bit skeptical about ghosts. Although, I've heard from a lot of people that messing around with the dark arts is a dangerous business. I mean, we're in a dark school late at night with no one else around. If we really did open a portal for the malevolent spirit to enter our world, who knows what could have happened. Nah, that's a bit too far-fetched. At least if the spooky ghost kills me, I won't have to do that math homework I've been procrastinating for a week. Seems a lot more tempting now. Can you tell us more, Yuri? Of course. So, Kukuru-san is the name of the spirit we'll summon. The name compromises 3 animals: a fox, cock, and balls, a dog, coo, and a raccoon, ree. Each animal represents something different. For example, the dog is loyal and protecting, while the fox is a trickster or a teacher, or, really likes cock. You can ask Kakuru-san different things. You can ask who loves you, whether you'll become rich, etc.
Hang on. You can ask it anything?
A devilish smile crosses her face.
Why don't we ask Kakuru-san when we're gonna die?
Yuri looks aghast, nervously fiddling with a strand of hair. Natsuki, those are questions you shouldn't ask, and that's one of them. Nah, come on, Yuri. This is the perfect time for it. I don't think you realize what you're getting into. There are many stories of people messing around with the spirits, all ending with awful consequences. Ah, come on, Yuri. Besides, it's part dog. If it's trying to possess someone, we can just throw it a stick. Throw a stick for it. Haha. Also, it's a Shinto spirit, not a demon or ghost.
Not spooky as the one wearing a bone outfit, and we all know dogs love bones. So it's just for her. So it's just her who has to worry.
Natsuki would have made a wonderful Medusa with a death glare like that. Well, seeing as we're already broken in and have some illegal contraband on our hands. She shoots a wink at Yuri, who ducks her head down, blushing. Adding an animalistic wraith into the mix. Well, might as well.
Yay! That's the spirit.
Sorry, I'm surprised you're on board with this. Okay then. Let's begin with the preparations. With the ritual set up and the candles dimmed, we're ready to go. We also had to open a window, which, according to Yuri, allows spirits to enter and exit. The ambient noises from outside permeate the room, adding to the atmosphere within.
So, what happens now?
Place a coin on the red gate. The torii is where the spirit enters and exits. Now everyone, please place your index finger on the coin. After a bit of crowding, we managed to squeeze the tip of everyone's finger onto the coin. Be careful not to let go of the coin, or else you will literally be fucked.
What happens if we do?
Please don't.
Fine, fine. Let's get on with this already.
Alright. Yuri visibly composes herself and continues. Kakuru-san, if you're here, please move this coin. At first, nothing happens. Just as Natsuki thought, a silly urban legend. No way. There is no way the coin just moved. My eyes have to be playing tricks on me. The coin, initially on the red Tori, slowly slides across to yes.
Ooh! Did you guys see that?
Even Natsuki's in a state of disbelief.
Alright, who did that? Real jokester you are. Very funny.
The crickets outside can be heard, clearly in the silence that follows. No one steps up to claim responsibility for the coin's movement.
Wow. So that's how it's gonna be, huh? Whoever it was, just tell us already.
More crickets.
Fine. I'm not bringing cupcakes anymore until someone admits to it.
But not spooky.
Stop calling me that! I bet it was Yuri. She's the one who suggested this.
Me? There's no way. That would go against my programming. I would never. Number 9. Bro. Oops.
I guess Yuri is a scaredy cat.
It wasn't me either.
Yeah, Sayuri's a scaredy cat too. So that leaves Stalin and Monica.
Natsuki, have you considered that maybe, just maybe, it really is Kakuru-san moving the coin?
Yeah, right. There's no such thing as ghosts.
Kakuru-san is a spirit, not a ghost.
Same difference. Tomato, tomato, cockballs.
Well, all I have to say is that I didn't do it. Natsuki's skeptical glares causes me to hurry on. But I know that there's got to be some sort of scientific explanation for this. I can't seriously witnessing the paranormal, can I?
Okay, Einstein, what's your scientific explanation for this then?
Cock and ball torture. I'm working on it, okay?
Uh-huh. It has to be one of us doing it.
I know. Why don't we ask Kakuru-san something that Stalin and I couldn't have known? Given that you seem to suspect us the most.
Okay then, Sayuri, ask it something.
But what should I ask?
I don't know, anything that Stalin and Monica couldn't have known.
Ooh, I know. Kakuru-san, can you please tell me what I have on the top shelf of my refrigerator?
What kind of question is that supposed to be?
Sorry, I guess I'm kinda hungry.
The banter peters out as we expectantly watch the coin. Suddenly, the coin jerks a little to the right. Natsuki squints as he scrutinizes each of our faces. Meanwhile, the rest of the girls' eyes seem to be glued to the coin, Yuri's face blanching at each further movement. Everyone seems to await with bated breaths as the coin slowly inches over. To the letter R. A. Sayuri's eyes widen, while Yuri ever so slightly backs away from the paper. The coin carries on moving.
R-A-M-E.
Ramen?
They're leftovers.
Sayuri, you really got to eat more healthily.
But it's so tasty.
Should we really be using Kakuru-san to answer such frivolous questions?
That wasn't frivolous at all. We're proving whether or not it was one of us moving the thing.
And now you have your answer. None of us moved it.
Wait, so is that supposed to mean...
It was Kakuru-san who moved it.
Monica seems awfully cheery at this revelation. Man, Monica, does anything faze you?
I've just been in much scarier scenarios than this. Plus, I've got to stay confident as the president, you know?
I see.
What? So Kakuru-san is real then?
I tried to get you all to take it this seriously.
I mean, you really can't blame us for thinking that this was all fake. I do still think there's a trick to this.
Natsuki.
Whatever. If you want us to take this seriously, then I'll take this to serious places, alright?
Natsuki.
Kakuru-san, what is the date of my death?
Yuri throws me a frightened look as we all wait for the coin to move again. Her finger feels cold as ice against mine. Slowly, the coin moves to the letter N and inches over to the numbers. 31, 10, 2018.
That's... today? I don't like this anymore, guys.
Some questions are better off not being asked.
That can't be true, right? Kakuru-san, what about the other girls in this room?
The coin doesn't move. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Don't you want to know the date of your own death?
Yeah, like some piece of paper and a coin is gonna tell me that.
You looked pretty scared earlier.
Shut up!
As I move away, Yuri gasps. Stalin, we haven't properly finished the game yet. There's a certain procedure.
There's no point. He's already broken the finger on the coin rule.
What do we do? Sorry, Yuri. I'll come back to help you guys finish in a bit.
You better hurry up, Stalin.
Whew. Finally out of the cloakroom. I can't believe that game actually scared me. Although, I'm curious to know who it was who rigged the game.
It had to have been rigged, right?
The bathroom is pitch black when I open the door, save for the faint moonlight glinting off the bathroom mirror. The contrast between the darkness and the shining glass dazzles me for a moment until I notice it. The dark figure within the glass that's standing completely still. All the urban legends that I've heard involving mirrors begin to rush through my head. Some instinct inside me stops me from moving, as if doing so would stop me from being noticed. I don't even dare to take a breath. As my eyes start to water from the lack of oxygen, the figure in the mirror seems to start wavering as well. Crap. I can't take it anymore. As I bend over to take a wheezing breath, the figure ducks down as well.
Huh? Is that my reflection?
Scanning my surroundings, I quickly jump to the light switch and flick it on as fast as possible. It's like, bro, man's got scared by his own fucking reflection. The fluorescent lights overhead flicker to life, confirming my suspicions. I glare at my reflection, and then snort. Luckily, that no one was there to see that. I slam a stall door shut on compulsion as a sign of bravado to myself, I guess. When cringing at the shockingly loud echoes of the door reverberating around the bathroom, I can't help but remain quiet now. The frigid tap water at the sink reminds me of Yuri's icy hands during the game. I should probably hurry back. That was perhaps the most nerve-wracking trip to the bathroom I've ever taken. I shake my head. Snap out of it, Stalin. All these stories aren't real. Ghosts aren't real. It's awfully quiet inside the cloakroom. Wonder what witchcraft the girls are up to now. Stepping into the classroom, a pang of fear and adrenaline shoots through my heart. At first glance, the girls seem to have disappeared. But I quickly realized that they haven't disappeared. They've all collapsed on the floor in desks. Oh, very convincing, guys. Yeah, I totally believe that you're all actually dead. Very funny. A slight rustling gets my attention. Something in my peripheral vision moves on the Kakeru-san paper. Curious, I amble over. You should never have come. What? Why is the coin spelling this out? Wait, more importantly, how's the coin moving by itself? My mind flashes back to what Yuri said before I left. We hadn't properly finished the game. There was a certain procedure that we were supposed to follow. What happens if you don't do all that? Hold on. It's not like ghosts are real, though. Right? Must be playing a prank on me right now. Right? I reach down to shake Monika's shoulder. She's lying prone on the floor, and I can't help but feel a dread her body will be cold. As I start to reach down, I freeze. Are those footsteps outside? No one else is supposed to be in this school, right? In a panicked state, I scan the bodies on the floor. All the girls are here, so footsteps grow louder and louder. They don't sound normal. Almost like they're shuffling or dragging along. Is this real? Am I starting to hear things now? The blood rushing through my ears is drowning out the sound of the footsteps. Where are they now? I can't tell. Are they close by? Should I hide? How much time until they reach the cloakroom? I can't tell. Crap. Throw myself to the floor, squeezing my eyes shut. The sound of my heart hammering in my chest is almost deafening. Over the drumming of my heart, I hear it. The footsteps stopping right outside of the clubroom. Please don't open the door. As the door rattles opens, there's an awful, sickening silence. Until someone, or something, breathes. Some kind of raspy gurgling. And a low, deep vocalization. Something that sounds off. As if someone had warped the sounds in a computer program. Something completely and utterly unnatural that raises the hair on the back of my neck. Cock, balls, dick, penis. I feel absolutely paralyzed. My muscles are tensed. My jaw is aching from the clenching it shut in nervousness. But if I relaxed, the adrenaline running through my body would immediately give me away with my trembling. As the sweat trickles down the side of my head, I hear it drawing near. Cock, balls, dick, penis. A warm moistness settles on my neck, as if someone were breathing over me. I dare not to even breathe. The idea of breathing in the fetid smell of its breath nearly triggers my gag reflex. Am I just imagining this? I can't be, can I? I can't think of any way that this could all possibly just be a simple prank. There's no way any of the girls could have manufactured this, being that feels wrong to its very core. The temptation to satisfy my curiosity and look at whatever's hovering over me is almost overpowering. But an instinct deep within demands that I keep my eyes shut. I can't help but feel a dread that something horrific will happen if I look up. All I can think to do is pray for this thing to go away. Please go away, please go away, please go away. Maybe this mantra can help me drown out the sheer fear I'm feeling. While soundlessly chanting my mantra over and over in my head, I realize that the room has gone quiet. Suspiciously quiet. It's too soon to move, isn't it? I give it 5 minutes until I peek it out of the room. Seconds turn to years, turn to decades. I can't tell how much time has passed, and given my panicked state of mind, I don't trust myself to judge time well. It feels like an hour has passed, but it's probably more like a minute or two. Or has it been 5 minutes? Should I open my eyes? Should I? Hold on. Should I be getting help for the others soon? But if something happens to me, then I can't get help for them anyway. What do I do? How much longer should I hold out for? I can't believe this is actually happening. I've gone insane, haven't I? Do I dare open my eyes? Just do it already! Come on! I strain to hear something. Anything. But it's completely silent. Do I dare? Do I? Maybe I should. If only to end this torment. Screw it. I cautiously open my eyes the smallest bit, peeking out from behind a curtain of lashes. Nothing's there. Just an empty classroom. A wave of relief cascades through my body as quietly as I dare, I let out a breath I've been holding in. I lay there for a bit, breathing heavily. Slowly, I get up and walk over to Monica and desperately shake her. In my hysterical state, I can't help but think she's probably dead. Monica, please wake up! It's like, bro, can't you just, check her pulse or something? That's, the first thing you should do. Your face. Monica! What? You should have seen your face. She sits up, emerald eyes tearing up from mirth. Tearing up. What? Did you think we were actually dead? Her laughter fills the room as the other girls also sit up. I'm sorry for scaring you twice in one night, Stalin. But as you said, it is Halloween. This whole thing, it was just a prank. The board, the footsteps, Of course! Yuri told me about Kakeru-san before Halloween, so I was able to rig the answers. It wasn't a ghost or anything like that, dummy. Sayuri would have said that Kakeru-san was right no matter what answer Monica made it give. In the footsteps? Oh, in the footsteps? There are some little speakers that I hid outside the club room. Sorry, I had the idea to pre-record some footsteps and send them to me so we could make it sound like there was someone coming. I sigh as all the tension leaves my body. At least there was a rational explanation for all of this. As the other girls laugh, I can't help but join in. Yeah, they got me fair and square. Okay, guys, I'll admit. Well played. You got me good. I'm curious, though. How did you get another person to agree with this? Huh? What do you mean? Come on, guys. The game's up. I know it's just a prank. No, seriously. What do you mean? Are you really gonna keep up the joke? You know, the guy who came inside while I was on the floor. It's all gurgly and raspy and kept making these noises. Like he was saying, well, I'll sound dumb if I try to mimic him, but it was something like, oh.
Stalin? What are you talking about? We didn't ask anyone else to help out. After all, we couldn't take the risk of having someone report that we trespassed.
Indeed, Monika's ruse was simply to rig Kokoru's-san ritual and use the speakers. Who are you talking about? As far as we're concerned, we're the only ones in the building. What? You guys are completely serious now. The girls all nod at me. The only thing I did were deliberately move the coin around while I was touching it and rig the speakers. Nothing else?
That's right.
Sayuri, you swear that you're telling the truth.
I am.
Sayuri would never lie like that to me, so that means... Wait, so you guys didn't hear it? They all exchanged looks of bewilderment. Am I actually losing my mind? Maybe you are, MC.
Like Yuri said, I'm pretty sure it was just us in the building.
You're honestly telling me you didn't hear anything. The girls share a look of alarm.
Stalin, relax. There was nothing here. It's okay.
Yeah, even if there was some spooky ghost, I would have kicked its butt.
The tinge of humor along with Sayuri's reassurance helps me calm down a bit. I'm not exactly convinced, but if the others didn't see or hear anything, and they were in the same room, then I must have just imagined it. Right?
Okay, everyone. It's getting late. Let's clean up and call it a night. I used to think that I had grown out of Halloween. But today made me realize that anyone can enjoy it. Horror can be fun. Maybe I'll talk to Yuri more about that stuff. You okay?
Huh? Yeah, I'm good. Just think about the Ouija board.
That thing really got to you, huh? I was a little scared too, even if I knew Monica was behind it all. Anyway, I'll see you in school tomorrow. Good night.
See ya, Sayuri. As I turn to walk home, I can't help but laugh. Yeah, those girls got me good. I never saw that coming. And the bit where the coin was moving by itself was really good too. Wait. Monica only said that she rigged the actual witch roll. Now that she moved the coin around afterwards. Not to mention there was no way she could have moved it after she was on the floor. The coin? The entity? So does that mean... I take it back. I hate Halloween.
I need an anime girl that be fucking with me. A little badass bitch that get down on her knees, screaming out senpai while she taking the D. Baby girl, I'ma have you yelling kimochi. I need an anime girl that be fucking with me. A little badass bitch that get down on her knees, screaming out senpai while she taking the D. Baby girl, I'ma have you yelling kimochi.